Alright guys, welcome to today's video, man. I know today's video is kind of a crazy video. It's a different type of video that we're doing. We're doing a interview-based video, and we're gonna be here interviewing my good friend here. Allow him to introduce himself.
Hello, my name is Famous Amos, and I am 18 years old.
Okay, Famous Amos. Famous Amos, if you don't mind me asking, where are you from?
I was born up there in Opelika in the hospital in 2007 on September 23rd, and I've lived here in Auburn my whole life.
So living here in Auburn and being born from Opelika, how does it feel in the environment of you living in Opelika and you living in Auburn?
Oh, I was born in Opelika, but I've lived in Auburn my whole life. But honestly, I'd say, childhood-wise, it was decent. It was good, you know. But growing up kind of was a little bit of a existential crisis for me, because I was just trying to figure out who I am and what I want to be and stuff, you know.
Okay, yeah. So I get that part the most. And so we're gonna kick it off today with a bit of a question that we're gonna ask you, and we're just gonna kick it off from there. So, how do you feel now that it's your last year in high school, and what are the plans for you in the future to come?
Well, I feel pretty good, you know. Last year in high school, you know, I had some good memories, I had some bad memories and stuff, but, you know, future plans and expectations, probably photography, working 2 jobs, let alone also, you know, gaming and YouTube and stuff like that. So, it's pretty busy and tiresome thinking about it, but you know, and at some point in time, if I save enough money, which I will save enough money, I plan to move to New York.
Okay.
Yeah.
Seems like you got a pretty big future to come, and that's very good to hear. You know, some folks don't really have the opportunity to plan their future out, or to really just evaluate what they want to do with their life. And yes, you got yourself together and you want to know what you want to do. So that brings us to the next question. How has your high school career been? Has there been any ups and downs, pros or cons, or, you know, just evaluate your high school career?
Starting with the downs, I did have like a little bit of issues here and there. Whether it was just me feeling like I don't fit in, which I eventually realized I don't really have to fit in with people, or just probably even my self-esteem in general. But eventually at some point in time, you know, like over the summer, you know, it started to get better and stuff. Like when I started 12th grade, you know, things were pretty good. I hung out, spent a lot of time with my best friend and stuff, you know, especially making videos with you guys and stuff, you know. So yeah, it's been pretty decent. Yeah.
Okay, that's good to hear. And do you regret doing anything in high school, or do you wish you could have did certain things in high school?
If there's certain things that I wish I could have done in high school, I can't really think much about it, but like, if there are certain things that I regret, it would probably be, I've done all types of things, you know, beginning of high school and before high school. Oh, okay.
You got a little distraction there.
Yeah, my fault.
Somebody was down there clapping ass.
But, it's a lot of things that I did. I know people may call me out on this, but at the same time, I got the boldness and bravery to admit it, like, because I'm human at the end of the day. I've lied, I've cheated, I've hurt people. Mm-hmm. Hell, I can even be hella selfish and full of shit sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
But I've even broken promises too. But you know, I think back on some of those things, and I tend to beat myself up for them, but you know, I still choose to learn from those mistakes so I can do better moving forward in my life, you know.
Yeah, and that's understandable, because everybody have their ups and downs. Everybody made mistakes in their life. You know, everybody's not perfect, and everybody's imperfect, you know. So Nobody's above everybody.
But what I learned, there's a benefit to making mistakes and losing, which learning from those mistakes, learning from those mistakes and losses, those kind of people are always going to be the ones that win in life.
Yeah, and that's always understandable. We always know that. So, which brings me to my next question: what came up with the name Famous Amos, and how did it came about?
Well, mainly it started off as like, for real, I never really called myself that, but I only embraced it because people used to call me that when I was little, and it's like, I didn't really think too much about it when I was little, especially when I was in kindergarten or elementary school, but at some point in time, as I started high school, let alone 12th grade, I honestly started to hate it because, it's like, I'm not the one making fucking cookies. I'm not. Come closer, zoom in. I'm not the one making cookies.
And what you mean you're not the one making cookies?
Yeah, what does that mean? Yeah, what does cookies have to do with it?
Because everybody always reminded me of, Famous Amos cookies?
Yeah.
That's
I know
so anytime people heard my name, that's what it would remind them of and stuff, but then again, thinking about it, because of my personality and stuff, I feel like it really honestly just kind of suits me, so I just started to embrace it. A name that I would never ask for but was forced to embrace.
It kind of do got like a little ring to it, like famous.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, add a meaning to your name.
Yeah.
It does really add a meaning to the name, and it's kind of a unique name to want to say.
It's a stamp.
Yeah, it's very much a stamp. So, another question I want to ask: how is your love life going? Are you seeking anybody? Are you talking to anybody? Or are you just really just trying to stay to yourself and really just lock in?
Well, I'm not really public much about my relationships anymore. Honestly, I feel like when it came to dating, let alone love, I felt like I honestly needed more experience with women, because it's like, I feel like I just try too hard.
Yeah.
But let alone, like y'all told me before, even Lene had told me, I just downplay myself. Like, I just don't necessarily choose to have that confidence that I always usually have when it comes to, looking for somebody. And it's like, why am I worried about whether she likes me or whether she doesn't like me, because at the end of the day, if there's anything that I learned from a OG who had told me, like who likes you, and I feel like if more young men my age and younger, let alone men nowadays, understood that, then they won't necessarily have trouble finding love, because they'll find somebody who loves them for them,
That's a really good advice. For anybody out there in general, that's really just good advice.
Not to mention, like, girls can be a distraction sometimes, So, and not to mention, if you keep feeding into that girl that doesn't want you and clearly shows you that she doesn't want you, and she's just using you for your attention and not actually your time, you're only feeding into her ego. So, like, it's best to just not really pay her any attention, because at the end of the day, she probably getting cracked by a whole nother nigga. You too busy in her DMs.
And
that is a crazy statement.
I'm not gonna lie, that's real, but let me add another thing to that. Like, dealing with females is real time consuming. Like, you put a lot of time and effort into it, and at the end of the day, if it's not, I feel like if you're gonna be in a relationship and you're not gonna lock down, commit, and you're not ready to stick in for life, then you shouldn't spend a lot of time worrying about that relationship with that person.
Yeah, because that's how usually, that's what I kind of realize about a good bit of men nowadays. They're just not they just don't necessarily have the mature mindset to commit to one woman. So it's like, okay, I can go out and have relationships or whatever, or situationships with a ton of different other girls and whatnot.
And when my time come around her, then I can just freak ball with her.
Yeah.
And you see, the thing is, there's never really an hour later when it comes to the girl who actually wants you, because it's always going to be that one girl who really wants you. It makes it very clear to your face that she wants you, and when you just play with her emotions like that, like, you fumbling, bro. Like, what are you doing, man?
Yeah. So that's definitely a start. There's definitely a will and a way, and everybody have their ways and ins and outs and how they deal with relationships and stuff. Me personally, on the level, I wouldn't really say on the scale of love who loves you, because not everybody who loves you is good for you. I just feel like if you feel like in your gut that you really want that person, that you feel like this person can benefit you in life, then really have at it. But all around, I think the love who loves you statement is a bit of a understatement in my opinion. But everybody has their different.
Yeah, and that's okay. That's okay.
Which brings us into the next question. There's been stuff going around the internet. There's been speculations going around the internet about the whole situation about the Panda Man situation. You want to kind of get into that?
Well, what I can say about him, I mean, I've met him before, yeah. I mean, I never got a picture with him, which is stupid, but I mean, he seems like a pretty chill dude and a cool dude. But, like, I guess what many people would say is, like, I guess they find him weird because it's just not necessarily the norm for people to run around in a spandex suit, you know.
Run around in front of Walmart.
Yes. But I mean, like, you know, he seems passionate about what he wants to do, which, like, helping people and stuff, you know, even if other people don't like him. I mean, yeah, there are people out there that he inspires, you know, so, like, I even told him too, you know, like, you inspire people, so, like, don't just quit what you're doing all because of what other people think of you.
Yeah.
You know,
that is true.
Just be you, you know.
That's all you can do at the end of the day. Stay committed with yourself. Be you. Don't change for nobody. And lock down.
Yeah, just lock down. You know what I mean? Because, I mean, shit. Even the college kids talk about him. You know, when I'm down here sometimes, you know, like they say a lot of good things about him. Even the cops and stuff. Well, I mean, not many of them really are really fond of him, but some of them, you know, they really like him. He even told me one time he got a picture with this one cop that you know, met him at Walmart. He wanted to get a picture with him for his kid and whatnot.
Yeah, that's definitely a great guy.
Yeah,
that's something good.
I've seen people bash him on the internet, which I don't really think you should really bash him on the internet.
He probably sees it, but, you know, it probably does. I mean, he doesn't really care, because at the end of the day, all he really cares about is just, you know, doing the best he can, you know, make people happy and, you know, inspire people, you know. As long as he can at least put one smile on somebody's face, that's all that matters to him, you know. So
really was all
he doesn't really care whether people like him or dislike him.
Yeah.
And there's something else I would like to ask, and, you know, I'm just kind of.
But I can ask one thing. I want to ask one thing about the Panda Man situation.
Yeah.
So, like, okay, you claim you met him, but I've been hearing you don't gotta, you know what I'm saying. I ain't gonna tell you to expose it, but people been saying that Panda Man was you. You been the man under the mask, and you been putting on the suit,
Is there
running around.
Well, I mean, people assume that, but at the same time, I mean, I already cleared that up because I follow him and I even text him on some occasions. But when he had quit for a little bit, I tried reaching back out to him, but he never really responded back. So I didn't hear from him like until like a week. I think it was either a week before or the same week of my birthday when I was turning 18. So yeah.
Let's just put the error out there that for all the people that have been assuming and speculations that he is Panda Man, he is not the Panda Man, and this is coming from him. So,
yeah, he's not the man in the suit. So don't assume and don't ask him if he already done cleared the situation up. Let it be what it is. And
I mean, people even assume like Panda Man might be other people. You know, like there's this one guy. I saw this one post on what's happening in Auburn. Dr. Ronte.
it is somebody else that be going around in a Spider-Man suit.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people going around in Spider-Man suit.
Let alone, it was, y'all remember the Batman and Deadpool dudes that were down here?
I think so.
Yeah. I think I saw like a picture of both of them. They even both wanted to fight each other.
Yeah, that's definitely, Auburn is definitely a strange place.
You know?
Pretty strange, yeah.
Auburn
Pretty
is
strange.
one of those places where you could say life is a dream.
Life.
It's most definitely a fever dream.
Yeah,
I mean, shit. We make you feel brand new here. We make you feel brand new
Yeah,
here.
we gonna welcome you here.
Yeah, welcome to Auburn City.
To all the bullshit that's in the city. Batman trying to fight Superman and some more shit. That's crazy.
And there's seem to be somebody in the streets that having a little problem.
They got a lot going on right now. They over there. Goddamn having Fast and Furious function.
I didn't know Auburn City had a drift scene.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I didn't know we had a nightclub, but
Yeah, shit.
We definitely turned into a GTA 5 nightclub.
But
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
But Panda Man, if you see this, I love you. Hope to hear from you soon again.
That's what brings me into my next question. How do you feel about the state of the economy? And well, let's just skip all the past,
Yeah.
the stuff. Let's just get to knit and butter. How do you feel about what's going on around the world right now?
It's very chaotic and very scary, even for a lot of people. Even for the people who don't even realize it, or especially for people who see it but don't really care or think much about it. I mean, shit, the best we can do is really just pray and hope that it gets better. I can't really speak much about it since, you know, politics can be a very sensitive and it can be a very sensitive topic and stuff, but yeah, the best thing we can do is really just pray about it, you know?
speaking on sensitive topics, I want to ask you about this one situation that happened last month, because I'm pretty sure you heard about it. The Charlie Kirk thing.
Yeah, I heard about
the
that.
Charlie Kirk situation, how he got assassinated. So, what's your thoughts on that? Like, what do you think about it?
I mean, everybody has their own personal thoughts, beliefs, and opinions, you know, and a lot of us have beliefs and opinions that contradict each other's beliefs and opinions, but that doesn't mean that we should kill each other because of it, you know what I mean? Because it's like, I mean, at the end of the day, regardless whether you hated him or disliked him, heck, a good bit of some of his beliefs and opinions probably contradict my beliefs and opinions as what I deem as ideal or moral, but at the end of the day, he still didn't deserve to die like that, because you got to understand, how would you feel if somebody in your family was killed simply based off of their beliefs and the whole world was making a mockery about it, you know?
Yeah.
Now, one thing I can say about the situation, how I personally feel like if you want to get into like politics and stuff, you got to be ready for what comes with it. I feel like the way that people misinterpret and misunderstood the situation was based off of, hey, a white guy is up here speaking about how he feel and he got shot.
I mean, I will be honest, he did say some pretty questionable things about black people, yes.
Yeah, it was one video that I did see where he was basically trying to glorify or justify slavery and saying that it should have still been around, or it should have stuck around a while longer. And I didn't have like a hatred towards him just for him making his statement, but at the same time, I kind of did feel a little offended, because it's like, wow, that's how you feel about it.
Yeah. Even when
race.
Even when I talked to my friends at school about it, I mean, they was like, bro, we don't care. Did you not hear what he said about black people? So it's kind of like, yeah, I can see where a lot of people would feel offended in some form of way by what he said, yes. Which, I mean, heck, it would probably offend me too, given the fact that I myself am a black man, but
Yeah.
I don't think he deserves to die, you know, because, I mean, he still had a family and he still had kids, and the sad reality is his kids now have to grow up without him. And 9 times out of 10, I don't even think he was probably assassinated based off of the things that he thought and based off his belief and thoughts. I really feel like it was probably governmental.
Yep, I was just gonna say that too, because I feel like it was something set up by the government. So
Yeah.
'cause the way he was moving, he could have really became president.
There was a thing. There was like this video or this like Instagram post that I saw where apparently he exposed something about the government or whatever, and it also has something to do with the Epstein files, which obviously a lot of people suspect Donald Trump's name within the Epstein files.
Yep, and you know Trump was close to him.
Yeah.
Or that's what
At
we
least,
thought.
at least we think him and Epstein had like a close friendship or whatever.
But like I said, how I feel about it, if you're gonna get into politics,
You
I
gotta,
feel like
yeah,
you gotta be prepared for what comes with it, whether you're white, black, Asian, Hispanic, Mexican, whatever. Getting into politics,
it's a very dangerous
Yeah.
position to put yourself in. It's very dangerous because
Especially when you leaving yourself vulnerable in front of thousands of people
yeah,
that could have been doing anything out there in the crowd, and you would never know.
So I just feel like if that's the lifestyle he chose, he gotta accept the fact that will come with it, and that's how I'm gonna leave it off. But which brings me into my next question about another incident that's going on. How do you feel about the incident going on with David? And you wanna give your thoughts and opinion on that?
As of recently, it was actually stated that he didn't do it, which apparently one of his buddies probably did it, and the girl Celeste, her parents are honestly, a lot of people are starting to think that her parents probably have something to do with it too, even though her mom reported her missing. I don't know when she reported her missing exactly, but her mom probably has something to do with what happened to her, because she was home. Or now the dude that killed her, David, probably paid somebody to do it. Well, no, he didn't pay somebody to kill her, but he probably had the dude that killed Celeste. But I don't think he's gonna get off of the hook due to the fact that she's underage. Or maybe if he was dating her, he was probably like, I don't know if I'm still willing to be with you, but I can't do anything with you until you're of age, you know?
Yeah, that's another thing about that. And I also heard something that said it was like he gave somebody his vehicle because it was somebody Tesla, wasn't it?
I
Yeah,
think
it
so.
was two Teslas, and they said they saw that it was two Teslas. They said he was on tour and he was on concert. They found the first body when he was on tour. That's when everybody was like, well, that's kind of strange because you're on tour and there's a dead body in your car. You've been on tour for 7 days. How could you possibly kill somebody? And then when they found the second body, that's when he got done with his tour. And you kind of think about like, hey, well, that's kind of putting the pieces together. That's his Tesla, and you know, it's kind of the ties are kind of connecting the dots, and that's when people start putting speculations about it. And him, you know, like I said, how I feel about the situation, I feel like innocent till proven guilty. I'm gonna always say that for every case, innocent till proven guilty. Now, one thing I don't support is underage talking to someone underage.
Yes.
I don't really support that. I feel like that's a little weird. Why are you talking to somebody that's, you know, not of age? Now that part I can say he's guilty of. If he was to go to jail right now for PDF, that would be 100% guilty. No bond on that. But the situation that's going on now, I just feel like, hey, innocent till proven guilty at the end of the day. So that's that. But which we're gonna bring on to another topic of something else that's been going on around. There's been word going around.
Mr. Popo.
Bro, leave your uncle alone, bro.
Mr. Popo.
Leave your uncle alone,
Mr.
bro.
fucking Popo.
Mr. Popo.
Leave your uncle alone, bro.
Ah, shit.
So, how do you feel about who you be around and who your friends are and who you call yourself your friends, and how you feel about that? Or how you just feel about people in general?
I mean, how do I feel about people? Honestly, I feel like people can be very complex because you don't necessarily know everybody's true character until you get to know them. But even after you get to know them, it's still a lot more to them that you don't know, like their past, how they came to be, who they came to be, and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, the best I can say is that, like, you know, people can be very complex. In general, us as humans can be complex.
You know, it kind of is in our nature to be a little difficult at times.
Yeah.
And speaking of difficult people, I'm gonna bring this one person up. And like I said, you might know who he is, Charleston White. What's your opinion on like the things he do? Because you know he makes a lot of statements and videos speaking on situations that really ain't got nothing to do with him. Because he's from Texas.
Yeah.
And he's talking about what's going on globally, or like at least in the States. So how do you feel about him in general?
I mean, all I can say is you really can't do nothing to him because obviously he works with the police. So if anything happens to him, clearly they're gonna go after the person that hurts him. And I mean, as much as I don't really like him much, I can agree with him on a good bit of things about the black community in general. Bro.
Ooh, oh, that's a fucking Spec 5.
What?
That's a fucking Spec. Is that a GT? Ooh. That's a 5.0. I thought it was a Spec 5.
Yeah, that looked like one of them cars you see in GTA.
That's a Spec 5. A Mustang GT Spec 5.
Oh yeah, I like that. That looks good.
Sound good too.
Yeah, it does.
But like I was saying, I can agree with him to an extent on certain things about the black community. You know, I mean, it's just certain people in the black community that make a lot of us black people look bad. I will say that, you know.
There's a lot going on in the black community.
Speaking of
black
that,
on black killing and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
But speaking on that, how do you feel? I know this is another sensitive topic for the black culture and stuff. How do you feel about slavery? In a sense?
How do I feel about slavery?
Yeah.
Obviously, it is. Obviously, it's wrong. And hell, I mean, as much as people tend to make jokes about it and whatnot, like, bruh, okay, we get it. You have a loud car.
Bitch, you gonna rev it. Get the fuck out of here before I steal it.
Like, bro, we get it. You have a loud vehicle.
That's what I'm saying.
But I'm gonna say this. I mean, as much as people tend to make racist jokes and stuff, I mean, it's still wrong. It's just this bird. But I mean, you gotta think, like, what if it was the other way around?
You know, a lot of what you mean, like white
Like,
being racist to blacks?
Like
I mean, I'm not gonna
black and
lie.
white.
I don't know about the people you hang around and the people like that's in your circle, but a lot of black people that's in my circle do not.
Majority of my friends range from black, Mexican, Hispanic, a little bit of white friends and whatnot, even a small bit of Asian friends, you know.
Yeah, but I feel like blacks and Hispanics kind of got like a similar like.
Yeah,
bond.
like they get along pretty good with each other. I mean, not to mention we all literally make jokes about each other on the daily, so you know.
Yeah, and I kind of heard that, you know, Hispanic really originated from the black culture, and they kind of originate from black people and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't really, you know, I'm not really from getting too much depth about the culture, but you know, it is what it is. But I'm gonna ask you two more things to kind of cap it off for, you know, today's interview and stuff.
Yeah, what's up?
One being that, you know, there's a guy on TikTok named Aries Spears, and I think you might know who that is, but he's this guy that go around, he get an interview on. He's been popping lately, and he said one thing about slavery. He said that there's some people in the black community that should be brought back to slavery. How do you feel about that, knowing that he's a black man on his own?
I'm just not necessarily gonna answer that, because I mean, it's just you don't really need to answer stupidity some of the time, you know, like that's the thing.
And
why would you just do that? What the
last thing to cap it off with, could you cap it off with a motivational speech and a motivational quote to kind of cap off today's interview?
Give the people some good words that they need to hear.
Yes. Now, I mostly want to say this not for just all of the young people out there, but especially for the people coming of age, especially young men. This also applies to y'all too. All of the jokes, you know, all of the days you feel like you're tired, that shit is gonna pay off. All of the bullying, the harassment, getting picked on, at some point all of that shit is gonna pay off. You know, feeling like you don't got your money up, go get your money up. And it's gonna be hard, and it's gonna be times where you feel tired when doing it, but it's gonna pay off, you know. And school, as much as you dislike going to school, like the same way I hate going to school, even though I get to see many of my friends and stuff, and feeling like, you know, you're just not accepted by people, all of that shit is gonna pay off, you know. It doesn't matter what you're going through in life, how much you struggle, it's all going to pay off. Not everything is always gonna go your way in life, and that is completely okay, because again, I will say it again, everything eventually pays off.
Every struggle got an ending, and every story got,
yeah,
you know, yeah.
Well, that'll be it for today's interview with the one and only famous Amos, and the biggest, the largest. You feel me? So
the largest cock.
Okay, not that, but you know, everybody tell them goodbye, and
yes.
Everybody wave goodbye,
and just to make y'all feel better about what I said, look, I'm just a regular guy with terrible luck, okay? But all of that shit pays off for me in the end, you know?
Yeah. You know, there's always got to be a bright ending to every story that comes around. But that's it for today's video. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and if we should do more stuff like this in the future to come. I am Bruce, and my friend
Nate, you know what I'm saying,
Sosa, or what he's known on the internet, Sosa, but Nate, and got my good friend Amos, and we'll see y'all guys later.
And fluffy balls in your ass. What is wrong with you?
Steady thinking about my little bitch. Got me thinking about my little shit. When we fuck, I turn on Bryce Tiller. Off the perk got me seeing.